Hello and welcome back to the video series where I cover the basics of Power BI. In this video, I will cover up all the details related to options and settings. Uh, if you see here in the file menu, there is options and setting. If you click here, there are two features where we can where give it gives an data source settings. The first item is the option setting. So we'll cover up the data source settings when we'll load data from a sample data or load from Excel. But this covers up the in this video I will be going through the options and in related to each of the or implication as well in that. So there are two sections in the option. If you see here, one is the global and the other one is the current file. So of course, as the name suggests, the current file covers up the implementation based on the current file, and this may change according to the file as well. So the data load, I'll start up with the global options where type detection. um, if you see here, the first option says that always detect column type and header for unstructured sources. So, and the second one says that detect column types and headers for unstructured sources according to each file settings. So now we have enabled the feature here, detect for each file settings. So in the current file, it will it will load and detect column types accordingly. We can also switch off this function where we don't want to detect any column. We will be manually selecting column types and headers. This means that, for example, if the text everything is imported without any assigned, data type, we can always go to the Power Query menu, and then we can assign type of data like date, text, or numbers. Background data section cover up with the allows data previews to download in the background according to each file setting. So this is enabled by default. It says that each file has different settings. So probably if I'll update this current file, and if I say that background data needs not to be downloaded, then it will not download the background data. Time intelligence functions. um, uh, you know this is time intelligence function covers up with the date time field updates and stuff. This section covers up with the data cache management options, where we can have a certain limitations in the data where data is stored in the local disk, and if we want to change the allocation size, we can also change that as well. QA cache options covers up the data that used to provide answers to the natural language queries. You can always have it stores some metadata information where people can it can be reused as well. The second section will go through Power Query Editor. The Power Query Editor, it just gives an overview of how we want to have the data preview. We want to use formulas. We want to use parameters, and and the layout as well. So the layout section covers the display the query settings pane. So it will by default display this query setting pane. We can check in the display to display the formula bar. This section, the second section covers the data preview, where display preview contents using the monospace font. So currently the font is used Calibri or Arial, or that's but we can always use the monospaced form as well. And this feature covers up with showing the white space and new line characters. Currently it's hidden, but by default it's shown, but we can hide those as well. Parameters always allow parameterization in data source and transformation dialog. So we can always insert a function where yeah, we can insert some parameters, and it will automatically calculate and manipulate and show some data tables in the Power Query as well. Uh, this is important in the formula section where M intelligence in the formula bar, advanced editor, and custom column dialog. Changing this setting will affect the next time you open up Power Query editor window. This formula bar gives an option when we can type the formula, and it will give an intelligence to finish up the formula using that. So we can enable or disable that information as well. DirectQuery section covers up connection with the SAP HANA, SAP HANA, and as a relational source. Of course, we can connect other DirectQuery queries as well, and this pretty much it. R programming also, it has R features and Python features where we can have some settings accordingly. We can install R on our computer and then refer to the directory R directory, so we can customize the code and insert the code and scripting R scripting in Power BI. Similar goes with the Python scripting. um, the next section covers up the security aspect of it, where we can see all the details in regards to the security level and native queries and certificate checks as well. So this native database query require user approval for new native database queries. So if this feature has been checked in, so anything that we insert a new database related query, so it asks the users and the permission as well in that regard. Check if your certificate has been revoked. Certificate ensures the security of your connection to online data sources. So this means that there's an API key that can be connected, and they can have an option that whether this is enabled or not enabled as well. So we can give an option or to check basic check, comprehensive check, or we don't want to check the revocation information in the case. So this is just information where people this is important, where some of the organization use proxy servers and all the stuff. So we can have more details in regards to certificate revocation, and as well as enabling the web related queries. um, Web preview warning level, this gives an option to whether we are handling how sensitive your data is. Of course, all the data is very sensitive in terms of the organization, but there are certain things where we can set up some sort of things that the data is moderate, strict, or just general. Data extension section is only allow Microsoft certified or other trusted third-party extensions to load. This is also once we load data extensions, it is of course it will check the certificate will Microsoft certified, or we can do customization and any other third-party customs. We can use the extension as well, but Microsoft certified, of course it will have all the uh, hack proof, and all the stuff can be done. Mm, so yeah, custom visuals we will be going through in our next video, that in upcoming videos, that how we can import custom visuals. We'll be going through the overview of what sort of custom visuals other organization or the developers can develop based on the connectivity of data and the Power BI API. So we'll be going through that, but the important thing is that it is checked that how show security warning when adding a custom visual to a report. So every time it will be displaying a dialog where it will say that it's security concern that you're adding a custom visual. ArcGIS for Power BI, this is a third party map tool which we can use or we can not use as well. um, yeah, that's what it is. Um, privacy privacy levels. So privacy levels, there are three radio buttons which shows that always combine data according to your privacy level settings for each source, combine data according to each file's privacy level settings, and always ignore the privacy level settings. So this means that the sensitivity, confidentiality of the data or unauthorization access can give information as well. Regional settings is currently by default the application language, the model language, and all the stuff. Update notification. This is the key feature of Power BI, that every month a new features is released, or new aspect of Power BI is released. A new version of Power BI is released. So it's important that we keep that checkbox checked in. Um, usage data. Usage data covers up some sort of information that needs to be sent to Microsoft. We can always disable that feature as well, but no sensitive information is being sent to Microsoft, but just the um, you know uh, metadata related to the working of Power BI desktop is sent for analysis and for information as well. Diagnostic. This has been a new feature added here, where we can you know um, tracing of how things have been working in Power BI, if the application is crashing, if not, if they're doing some stuff. It also covers the query diagnostics information, and if we want to diagnose some query or a query editor, or I mean, a report editor as well. So, and also we can set the levels of diagnostic level, where we can feature a detailed level diagnosis or an aggregated level as well. Um, that's pretty much it. We can always enable tracing and then work through the Power BI report, and then it will trace the options, and we can send um, you know uh, uh, this information to Microsoft, or open a ticket to for the Microsoft technician to go through that and provide solution in that regard. The next section is the preview features. Um, every month almost Microsoft releases some few preview features, and the policy is that they release something in the in the public preview, and we want to if we want to enable, and we want to check whether the particular functionality is working, and then once that is successfully tested without any issue, then it is released and as a full-time feature, and this is removed. So I've enabled all the preview features here. And if you see here, modern visual tooltip is a new preview feature which I've just checked in. And that small multiples, Azure map visual, data point rectangle style, information protection in Excel table interface, import text using examples, new web interface, JSON table interface, shape map visual. These are the preview features, and they require some feedbacks as well in this regard. So yeah, that's pretty much it for preview features. Auto recovery, this is for all Microsoft products, where we can save somewhere and recover if there is some shutdown of the file or computer without any saving the report and stuff. Report settings gives an option for a visual option, accessibilities, page alignment and stuff. um, that's pretty much it for the options. The global options I've covered. The similar is the current file options. And thank you for your time, and we will see you in next video. Thank you.